You know, before growing up, we used to think that as Africans, or most Africans, really thought that the Western democracy meant well for us. But the older we get, and with the help of internet and the digital age, we begin to understand that the Western democracy is a wicked democracy, is a fake democracy, because they don't even practice the so-called democracy they are preaching to the rest of the world. We begin to understand that the so-called democracy that they are preaching is just their interest. They are covering it under the so-called democracy, because when it comes to Africa, you begin to understand that any democracy that is happening in Africa that don't give the West the full access to African resources is not a democracy for them. It is only the democracy that represents their interest. It is only the democracy when they install a stooge or a puppet that gives them access to our minerals, that allows them to loot our resources in the volumes and in the way and manner they want, to the detriment of the citizens of these countries, to the detriment of African continent, to the detriment of the economies of this country. That is what they call democracy. And that is why you see that the new wave of revolution going on in Africa is beginning to unmask this their wicked democracy. Africans are beginning to understand that the biggest evil that happened to Africans are the West and their so-called evil democracy.